Welcome to the Basement Sports Network Dolphins coverage. And fellas, we have arrived. Football in Miami will be back this week. And we are here to talk about it because this will be the last time you see us prior to a Dolphins game. But we will be having a post-game show for the first preseason game. So before we get to like predictions and all that kind of shit, I want to introduce the guys that we got up here. We got my man 416 Jay. Jay, how you doing today?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Just excited football is back. I mean, we get to watch Dolphins play football tomorrow. So just excited, honestly. Fired up that it's back.
1000%. As I'm not paying attention because I forgot to send out this tweet. My boy Nando down there at the bottom pulling up with the game. Nando, how you feeling today, my boy?
I'm feeling good. Preseason underway right now. You got the Patriots playing, the Texans playing. Football's back. I'm excited. But want to see my boys get out there, man. Even though probably not going to see the starters, still want to see the boys get out there.
Got to see something. Got to see something. Like we've been months without football, and we got to see something. And the lone legend that we have on this panel, my favorite member of our Dolphins team. Don't care about the rest of y'all, because that boy from Broward. We got my game one, Cardona one. How you doing today, my boy?
I am amazing, brother. We got a game tomorrow. We got actual shit to cover, actual shit to talk about. It feels great. I'm tired of talking about the Chargers game. Tired of talking about San Francisco at 8-3. We get actual real football. And yeah, I need the whole old line playing at least like a half. Like that shit there. Everybody needed to play. Like at this point, almost Armstead needs to play.
Well, that is always and will forever be the biggest concern with dealing with Dolphins football teams. But I think it's interesting because that leads us into our first topic, which is the depth chart. That is probably the most concerning in terms of the depth chart throughout the entire roster, which is the offensive line. So I want to get your overall thoughts. One, you gave us this topic, so I'm gonna let you kick it off. I want to get your overall thoughts on what the depth chart looks like, kind of like where your most concerns on your depth chart, like all that type of shit, bro. Go ahead and get into it.
All right, let me pull it up real quick. Because the only ones that really, and it might not even be on the depth chart itself, but the ones that I've been keeping an eye on has been left guard, obviously, and right tackle. And from all indications, Isaiah Wynn's getting a lot of PT at left guard. So it seems like it's an open competition there. Liam's not going to really, hopefully, play too much. But that still kind of leaves right tackle. And I guess we are just handing it to Austin Jackson. That's the old line for me, right? I think left tackle, I think center, I think right guard. I mean, we know who those guys are going to be, and it's just who's going to be around them. The other one that kind of was interesting is definitely the running back room. I would have thought maybe Devon Acne. That's how we're pronouncing it, right?
A-Chain.
A-Chain. There we go.
I like that.
Acne's crazy.
I can never tell if you're trolling or you actually being serious.
Yeah, like real. I didn't realize.
I was being serious.
Listen, first of all, if that boy's name is Acne, we're gonna be flipping that bitch all season long. But go ahead, Juan.
No, I thought our boy would be a little higher up in the depth chart. I guess necessarily he wouldn't be over Jeff Wilson. But still,
where they got him at now? 3?
Yeah, they got him at 3. So I mean, they got him over Ahmed and they got him over Gaskin. Miles. So I guess that means something, right?
No, not really. It means that he's an actual NFL player, if that's what you want to go with. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's as far.
Ahmed, though.
Yeah. And you boys, although y'all are members of the basement, and of course, I love y'all. My gang in the back, so y'all boys finna get skipped. Pulling up one time for the one time. We got my boy Kane Kendall with the boys. Kendall, how you doing? First of all, in the conversation that we on is the depth chart. So first, tell the people how you doing, and then just give me your thoughts on the depth chart, particularly the offensive line.
I'm doing good. Can't complain. Hope y'all boys doing good too. Offensive line supposedly still a shit show, but it is what it is. That's what they chose. Mike McDaniel approved of that. Therefore, I'm not gonna talk about. I don't have too many thoughts on the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing the reports too that somebody was out there. Couple folks was out there tooting ass as always. The usual suspects. Word to Rick Ross. It's the usual suspects. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. McDaniel said it was good enough. Greer said it's good enough. Therefore, they got to do what they do. If someone dies back there, if someone gets hurt, then hey, it's just the chain of events. It's the cycle. So it was nothing to it.
I mean, if somebody gets hurt, then they're going to plug in somebody who has at one point been a starter for the Dolphins.
No, I'm
already
saying
anyway.
if someone gets hurt because of the offensive
Oh,
line, 'cause that's where
yeah.
that's where the real concern is. That's what's the real like conversation around them. It's not how sorry they are.
You're talking about Raheem Mostert, right?
No
Obviously.
way.
Obviously.
Absolutely. But he does have a 1 in his jersey.
Yeah, but hey, we just said 416. Let's come to you, bro. Like, what are your thoughts on the depth chart? Like, what positions are you looking at and kind of like squinting your eyes and like maybe this will work, maybe this won't work?
I mean, the offensive line is like an easy one to point out. To be honest, I'm really curious about what we're going to do with wide receiver 3. I know that's been a large talking point during the offseason. I think like Chosen apparently, or Robbie, whatever his name is at this point, he changed it twice. Whatever his name is, I'm pretty sure he had a good second day at Atlanta with the joint practice and stuff, which I know we're getting to. But I think that kind of spot is kind of wide open because we used to have Trent Sherfield, who was a kind of more physical and blocking type receiver. And now we have either a guy like Braxton Berrios or Tristan Anderson, who's more about speed. And then you have the rookie Azukama, who I think we're all looking to see anything from this guy to kind of take over that role. And he hasn't really shown up, at least from what I've seen on reports. I wish I lived in Miami so I can go to like some of the practices and stuff, but I obviously live in Canada. So it's kind of just reading reports and stuff. So I'm just curious to see like who's going to step up at wide receiver 3, because I know obviously you have Jaylen Waddle and Tyreek Hill who are going to get a majority of the targets, but you need a secondary guy to step up, especially knowing that the tight end position is sticky there. So I'm really curious to see who kind of steps up at wide receiver 3. Is it going to be a rotating door? Is it just going to be depending on the play or whatever? I'm really curious to see what happens there, because to me, like, I don't think anyone's really stepped up and been like, okay, he's easily wide receiver 3. Let's move on, because I've barely heard anything about Cedric Wilson, if I'm being honest. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, if you're going off like how much cap they're taking up, Cedric Wilson would get that spot, but we'll kind of see. He was disappointing last year.
I'm about to say that's been the case with Cedric Wilson his entire Dolphins tenure, that you haven't heard anything about him or around him. Like, he has not produced anything. And so I think wide receiver 3 is an interesting place to go. Nando, we're gonna come to you. You see from my name, bro, one of the depth chart things that was interesting to me was the reports that Trill Williams is playing safety. So I kind of want that to lead where you're going with this. What do you think about some of the secondary depth? You can hit on some of the other areas if you want to too, but I want you to start with the secondary.
Well, I haven't been hearing good things about the secondary, man, to be honest with you. Not even from Brandon Jones. And Brandon Jones, I know that's your boy. You know, you want to see him get a lot of action at that, particularly in the blitz game, but
that's blitz boy.
Defensive end.
But I mean, I haven't been hearing a lot of good things about it, man. I heard Elijah Campbell's name being thrown out there though. So I'm interested to see how he plays in the preseason. But I think these preseason games is where you're really gonna see who deserves that strong safety position, because I thought it would be Brandon Jones, but not hearing good things out of him. Trill Williams, I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, he just got back to being healthy. So
just for clarity, the good things we're not hearing is from Vic Fangio saying they don't have a safety opposite of Javon, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
that's scathing.
Yeah,
that is scathing for a defensive coordinator to say.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy, he's been very vocal about all that shit. And I kind of like it though. He's very, very vocal about what this team lacks, and you know that's one thing. Inside linebacker, don't get me started with that. But I mean, the depth chart overall is concerning. But my main thing, like, obviously all of those holes, but the offensive line, like Juan was talking about, man, like I want to see these dudes play a whole half of the preseason. I don't think we're gonna get it, but they definitely need all the reps they can get. And the Liam Eichenberg shit is just it's
over with, bro. He ain't starting.
I mean, it's crazy because we traded up to get this man. You talk yourself into this shit about this Notre Dame bullshit. You know, oh, this guy's a vet. All that Notre Dame shit. You know, you hear around, and
high floor. He's gonna be NFL ready type shit.
All of this shit, man. I got sold on it. I was you're like, damn, we finally got somebody that could be solid. What the hell was I thinking, man? And it's bad because Austin Jackson actually looks better than him. That's when you know you're fucking ass. But other than that, I just want to see the offensive line do something because I think it starts there. But not hearing good things out of Brandon Jones. That's a little bit concerning to me.
Yeah, Kendall, you was ready to jump in there real quick.
On Liam, it's like the Notre Dame shit. Most of that shit, the trend was kind of right. It's just we finally followed that trend, and that shit went left. You know?
Of course.
So that's
of course, Dolphins shit.
Dolphin shit.
Dolphin shit.
Jalen's never been injured, and then all of a sudden he comes here and
Dolphin shit.
Dolphin shit. But no, I think you were going somewhere 416 with the wide receiver 3. And one, I want to come to you because I want to go to the other side of the ball and find out who DB3 is. I saw a post today from the Basement account about one man who could be here to save the season. I just want to know where your head at with cornerback 3. Like, how's that shaking out? What's the depth looking like on that for you? One, I'm talking about.
I was just reminiscing because I think also we have somebody on this panel who mentioned a certain cornerback as a breakout guy 2 weeks into camp. So I just, I'm just happy that everybody's starting to hop on the train. It's just visible. I mean, the guy is oozing talent. He just had to put it all mentally together, and it looks like we're gonna get a shutdown Darrelle Revis type of season from Noah.
Oozing talent is a
oozing.
Wild
His confidence is through the roof, bro. Have you not heard these news conferences, this press conference? He is ready to dominate.
Xavien Howard, and I was hyped. Didn't matter.
Listen,
where's Dalvin, bro? We have no idea, Cap.
He ain't coming, bro. He ain't coming. That's where he's at.
Dalvin is insane. I just honestly he's a first round pick. He's already here. I don't think we're gonna cut him for Keon Crossing. I just don't. I don't. If Greer is still starting Austin Jackson, there is a chance Noah could get a spot. Okay, let's just call a spade a spade.
He'll get a spot. Left gunner. We'll see if he can actually succeed there too.
And look, ultimately, the weakest person has the strongest potential. So we're here. We're literally here, and it's do or die for Noah, and I think he's gonna do.
Yeah, I think he's already dead.
He's going to do something. He's going to sit his ass on the bench is what he's going to do.
Yeah, I think that's already dead. I'm not a Noah Igbenogany guy for obvious reasons because he's terrible at football. But I also don't see very many options. Like, is the rookie killer, is the rookie your cousin?
Yeah.
Is he that's the third DB
that's my cousin. Third shit, I guess so, because if right now Igbo is CB2, right?
No. It's X Cater and Cam Smith. We ain't throwing no out there.
Throwing a rookie out there week 1 versus Justin Herbert. Woo, boy.
I wouldn't not Justin Herbert, but
I would.
Maybe because of Keenan Allen and they got some. It might be,
but it's game 1, so they'll be healthy.
It wouldn't be because I wouldn't. Herbert ain't got that stamp from me in terms of because you see.
We're gonna see. They got that new rookie, Quentin Johnson. They got them
boys.
Looks
good, bro. You know why?
No speed, boy.
He has 5 yards of time to make a decision on what he's gonna do. He's not right up on nobody. The fact that he's playing off covers has changed his life. It's changed.
Let me tell you something. Now, all of a sudden, the statistics where they point to who was in coverage, it won't point to Noah. He's going to be 5 yards away. It's going to be somebody else's fault, and we hear.
We're gonna be so matching. He's gonna say it's the other dude.
He's gonna be a PFF darling, and I'm 100% gonna push back. I'm gonna push
Pro Bowl.
If you guys thought I was obnoxious about Herbert, if Noah hits, good God, this network. Listen. Oh my God.
We are.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. What you was talking about your cousin?
No, I was just gonna comment on that, and then I like what 416 said too. Wide receiver 3, brother. Listen, wide receiver 3. That's no such thing. We have Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle. That is enough. That is enough. I'm not hearing about no wide receiver three.
Hey, not
But
for nothing.
Go ahead.
Have y'all seen our tight end room?
Brother,
Nah, like
I'm trying to paint that picture to get there.
Nah,
Durham
bro.
Smythe? You ain't Durham
Hold on,
Smythe tight
hold
end
on.
one.
Yeah, hold on.
That's fine.
Extension
Let's walk
ready.
with Kendall. Let's walk with Kendall. Let's
I was gonna say, like, y'all love the coach. I think he's a creative guy. I think if with time he can gel into being one of them ones offensively minded. But if he can't find a way to use Cedric Wilson and Robbie Anderson
and Braxton Berrios,
it's time you can have a conversation, my brother. Because Jaylen Waddle, he was gonna get 1,000 yards regardless of who calling the plays. Because we seen him do that already. Tyreek Hill do the damn thing. He one of them ones. Like he's a one of one, like all time. So the next is finding a way to use Cedric Wilson. Because Cedric Wilson is not being a good signing for the Dolphins, to me, is squarely on Mike McDaniel. It's on his head and nobody else, because he was signed before they traded for Tyreek Hill. So because of that,
I'm gonna blame Greer regardless, but I'm gonna let you.
Okay, that's fine. But I mean, at the end of the day, Greer gave him a weapon and he don't know how to use it, or he just sorry all of a sudden. Because I seen him make plays in Dallas. But them tight ends,
Quarterback.
well, but them tight ends, brother, they should look all right.
You're not on the Elijah Higgins train. Actually, you playing slot.
No, I'm on.
Well, he's tight end 6.
Yeah.
He's tight end 6 with a bunch of nobodies.
Hey, what about H-back Tanner Connor? Y'all not ready for the second year breakout Tanner Connor?
There's somebody there's named Saubert.
If they were running the wing tee, I might be
Saubert.
416.
Saubert.
But they're not doing that. I want to get your opinion, Nando, on the tight end room, since that's the topic of conversation right now, bro.
Bro, I think it's dog shit, man. Like, to be honest with you, it's like it makes me think like shit is not bringing back Gesicki. Nah, let me not go there. But it's I'm just fucking around. It's dog shit, man. Durham Smythe as our
balling with Mac Jones.
As our tight end number 1, man. I'm like, damn. Are we really just gonna have just Jaylen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and like that's it? What if there's an injury? You know? Like, you got to be ready for shit like that. Like, Jaylen Waddle's hurt right now. We don't know the status of him. You know, like, is Mike McDaniel going to figure something out? Like, what are we going to turn to?
I got a question for y'all. Honestly, on that point. Who is option number 3 in the offense?
That's
like,
what
who is that?
But that's my point right there.
That's a good point.
That's my point. Because if Waddle's hurt, right, then
are you guys telling me Tua's getting to his 3rd read consistently?
Oh shit!
But not time out.
That's a whole other
not because of him, because of the O line. My bad. That one was a cheap shot.
I mean, I'll say this: it's on him to understand you can mix your progressions and you can make your 3 your 1 just based off of what you read pre-snap. And maybe you won't just fire blindly.
I get you, brother, but 1 and 2 is only interchangeable with Waddle and Tyreek. If you're interchanging Crawford or Crockraft or any of these boys in there with Tyreek, like I can't.
You tore that boy name.
No respect, bro.
But real shit though. Like, and I know this is a point that Kendall has made. This is a point that Kendall has made before though. Like, why can't I haven't heard anything about the run game? Like, why can't that be option 3?
Yeah.
Like,
that requires an O-line. That requires an O-line.
No, and it requires you to run the ball.
Is it Mike McDaniel a run game guru? Like, is he or is he not that? If he is, then he needs to create. I don't think so either, but that's what I've been told. So that's what we're going with. He's a run game guru. So I think the running game needs to be the 3rd option.
Fuck all that
Agreed?
shit. It's okay. Tyreek, Waddle, and then Tyreek or Waddle for 3rd option.
But what if one is hurt? That's what I'm saying. Like,
they gonna go out there with 1 leg. I saw Waddle out there championship game, 1 leg. Well, he not gonna do it for the Dolphins? Nah,
is third option fucking he down there somewhere? Or is that 3rd option, bro?
that sounds about right.
What you want me to tell you? We drafted easy. We signed a buddy from fucking the Cowboys. Like, I don't know what else are we supposed to do? Like, play them or don't don't do anything
Make
with him.
it work. That's what I'm saying.
Apparently, they don't know the playbook though. That's my theory.
Hell no, nah.
That's a coaching issue. But I want to get back to this running game. 416, should the running game be a viable option? Like it with considering who your coach is, like 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about like to be able to supplement Jaylen, Waddle, and Tyreek Hill.
It probably should be. I mean, to me, the offensive line plays such a huge role in the run game that it might be a little bit tough. But honestly, last year, Raheem Mostert was great. He averaged like 5 yards per carry or some shit.
He wasn't great,
like,
but yeah.
Okay. He's not like an elite running back, but if you look at his like snaps and stuff, and you look into like his broken tackles and his run after,
Is he Myles
like,
Gaskin?
We've seen worse.
Nah.
Exactly. No, he's an improvement on him.
He is clearly an above average back, and he performed like it when he got the ball, when he got the touches. The issue is we were like bottom 3 in running attempts. So I think if you run the ball a little bit more, you'll be able to, have a run game that can sustain that and might just be your third option. Honestly, it's probably going to have to be your third option based on the names we just read for a wide receiver 3 and tight end at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to me, it's like you got to run the ball, and I do think it can be a viable option. It's just that will Mike McDaniel learn from last year when he didn't run the ball as much? Will he learn to use that? Because a lot of our drives are either short, and even though they were explosive, and that's great, you do need to control the ball to give your defense time to rest. And there's so many things that go into running the ball and how that leads to success. So it will be more about, and like you said, Mike McDaniel, and a run game guru, will he learn from his previous year's mistakes and his rookie year mistakes? Will he learn and use the run game more? Because I thought Raheem Mostert was running very efficiently. It's just about, can you give him the ball more? Maybe that's about protecting Raheem Mostert as he's an injury prone guy. Same thing with Jeff Wilson. I don't know what the case is there, but I think it can be a viable option if you put the ball in their hands.
Willie?
Early hot.
Can the Willie do it?
I mean, the run game shit, I'm kind of with Juan a little bit. Like, bro, just because we ain't got no running back that's like that, I can get behind the running game being something serious if they do something that's obviously not going to happen, and that's just call Dallas and say, here's a first-round pick for Zach Martin, and just say, fuck it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, then it's all right. But they're not going to – personally, I'm not looking for no run game to be my third option. Like, bro, I have a quarterback – who was picked 5 overall. I have a receiver who was picked 6 overall. I have a top 2 undisputed weapon in the NFL, bro. Like at receiver, I'm not hearing all that shit. Like,
I'm not saying to go to top 10, but you wouldn't go from number 31 to number 20 or somewhere around there.
Oh, of course, because in that I'm expecting to have leads. I'm expecting to get better stops with Vic Fangio being here. So, yeah, I guess, attempts are naturally, it should naturally progress up. But in terms of in the nitty gritty, this is how I envision these conversations going. We're talking about this stuff when shit get real. All right, what adjustments can they make? There's no adjustment in terms for me, now where it's oh, let's start running the football. No, I'm running to win the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To put the game.
Yeah, so we're passing to set up the run. We're not running.
So for clarity, I'm not talking about when shit get real. I'm just talking about the identity of the team in terms of
we gonna be passing.
I know you're gonna be a pass first team, but we're talking about first, second option. They need to be a running there somewhere. It needs to be a viable.
Go get
a screen.
If you get Dalvin Cook, then I can get behind. Oh, let's have a running game as a third. Right now, bro, no.
I'm not tripping over 15 touches to a running back. I don't think
Dalvin Cook moves the needle like that in this offense. I think Mostert can do what you need to do.
Why should I be running the ball more if they're not my best player?
But honestly, when you got those 3 together that you mentioned, we was 8-3 last year. So that's good. My concern is just if one goes down, that's where I'm like, shit.
I think they can be a third option technically because they will be. It's not going to be Cedric Wilson. Raheem Mostert will get more touches. He might get more receptions. Even as a back. So to me, the running game will be the third option, it will be, but in terms of how we see it, in terms of talent, I guess is what we're talking about. I don't know, but I just think Raheem Mostert did run pretty well. Against the Bills late in the season in the playoff game, I thought he ran really well. Even when it did get real, I thought he played well with the backup quarterbacks. He kind of was the reason we were in some of those games with Skyler and Teddy fucking Bridgewater. But I see what Kendall's saying. We don't have a bell cow back or some shit where it's okay, let's stop passing the ball and give it to this guy. But I just think if you use it a little bit more to alleviate them, that is definitely possible. I just don't think it's going to happen personally.
You was talking about what you call it? What Cedric Wilson as your third receiver? I don't think he's necessarily going to win that job. I think it's going to be a rotating door. I think him, Chosen, and Braxton Berrios.
I don't even know if Chosen's making the team though. We don't even know.
I think he is.
I think he is. I think he is. Like I think he's probably going to be the one. I think he's going to get the most snaps in that spot.
Yo, Mike McDaniel, you think he cut in River Craycraft? Because I don't know. That's his boy, bro.
Based off of like training camp, I haven't.
Because honestly, I'm more so with 416. I don't know if he'll make the team, dog. Because like, think about it. I don't think he's ahead of Craycraft.
He's barely getting reps too, right?
And they're gonna obviously prioritize Easy because of the draft pick. Mm-hmm. So is he getting in because of Braylon Sanders? But at that point, it's like wide receiver 7-ish.
Yeah. And are you even carrying 7 wide receivers? Because personally, like not that I'm a huge Ahmed fan, but I'd carry 4 backs personally, just in case one of those guys get hurt.
They're gonna probably keep like 5 tight ends too.
Craycraft? Like, where did he come from?
San Francisco. Yeah.
No, I know where he came from, but like that boy, that sorry ass motherfucker ain't done nothing.
Yeah, like he ain't really moving the needle for me. I'll take Chosen over him.
Hey, he caught a tutty in Baltimore.
I think based on talent, you're right. But I think based on being in the scheme for as many years as he has been, being with McDaniel, like at all the stops.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there, 416, because hell no, bro, you can't use that, how long they've been in the system shit, because it's like, brother, like Mike McDaniel has a responsibility to coach.
Yeah, but like, Trent came down here because of that system, though.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. But what I'm saying, who y'all think is a better wide receiver? Like Chosen?
Oh no, talent Chosen is better. Like that's
but look.
Nah.
We're talking about.
Kendall's saying like it's
I get what he's saying, but wide receiver 5, 6, 7, you're playing special teams. Is Chosen gonna go over there and cover a punt?
No, I got Cedric Wilson to do
it. He's returning the punt. Like,
they can't do both at once.
Braxton should be.
That's what I'm saying. Like now you're talking about special teams, and Craycraft is running down kickoff. He's running down punt return. He's running down.
Cedric Wilson can do that, and he can probably do it. He faster. I'm pretty sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Cedric can, but what about Chosen?
He costs so much money to be a gunner.
Nah, it's crazy. Him and Noah. And we got And we got a first round pick gunner.
Noah's gonna be the first all-pro gunner.
But my thing is this, bro. It's just like y'all signed him. Like Mike McDaniel, did you? Like you had to have had a plan for
Tyreek Hill. Yeah.
Because he was here before Tyreek Hill. So, bro, like
the dog, fuck a plan, bro. Like you get to the field and who balling? Cedric ain't balling no more, bro.
Okay, that's cool, but Craycraft ain't balling over Chosen. Not on my timeline. Like
I'm gonna be real, man. I'm more down on Chosen than most people, I think, because I just think it's just a name at this point. I don't know. I don't think he got
up on him, my brother. I ain't up on him.
Yeah, I ain't saying he should be like.
To be fair, we're talking about wide receiver 7 at this point. Like,
but he's probably your third most talented receiver.
And back to what I was saying, if somebody fucking goes down, I want this guy. I'm worried about injuries this whole time, bro. Like, I want Chosen there if Waddle goes down.
I want Raver Craycraft and route running and blocking.
Hey, he's a smart.
We needed Jakeem Grant to run a straight go route, bro. That's all we need. Just take up a body and run a go.
Bro? Where's Albert Wilson? Bring him back.
Who's the best? Chosen is the best.
That's fair, actually, now that you say that.
Will he overrun it or will it be underthrown?
It
doesn't matter. It's a completion. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Remember, we got taught rules this week on how to be a fan.
Guys, the reason to underthrows balls is to look for that PI. Remember that Carson Wentz little 3 games in a row? He got 7 PIs in a row. It's that high IQ. It's calculated.
See, that boy on something. Go ahead. What you about to say?
All right, so on that bullshit.
Let's move past this conversation.
Leonardo said, "Don't sleep on Craycraft because that's his boy. They're like cousins."
Obviously, kissing cousins. Let's move on to the next conversation, which is the joint practice. Just got finished. I'm sorry, somebody's calling. Yeah, somebody calling my phone. Let's talk about this joint practices. The Dolphins just had joint practices. Did y'all learn anything? It's just going to be a very easy question. Juan, we start with you. Did you learn anything from the joint practices?
We got punked day 1. Day 2, like the only reason you come out on day 2 and start fights and talk shit more than you did day 1 is if you got punked and you had to come out and like stamp some shit on day 2. So as much as I want to trash them for day 1, I'm happy that they had a little backbone. Tyreek was talking shit. Chosen was talking shit. They had a little skirmish. Like everybody was a little chippy, so I like to see that. I don't think I try to be nice about it. I don't think the Falcons defense is as good as we made them out to be. I specifically when it comes to the secondary. I understand maybe Waddle got hurt somewhere in there and that kind of skews things a little bit. There was a lot of incompletions. There was a lot of touchdowns, and then vice versa on the other end. I saw Bijan Robinson get like 3 TDs on like everybody. So that secondary's looking a little suspect. And as much as we're seeing good news with Ramsey walking, no crutches, we're not getting that boy till like October earliest. So
it's December, bro.
I know. No, I know minimum it's November, but like whatever. I'll let the cuckoos be cuckoo. October. Hey, listen, maybe he'll be ready week 1. Whatever. I know what's gonna happen.
That's a Byron Jones type beat.
Come on, man.
Shit.
He gonna be back.
But overall, I don't really see it.
Okay. Nando, you learned anything?
Well, usually I'm a guy that's always like, all these highlights, all these Tua highlights. Like, let me see it in a joint practice. And you saw a couple ones, but I haven't been hearing good things about the offense with the joint practices. So I learned that we got to get our shit together. And I'm not liking what I'm hearing so far for the offense. I saw, I think Omar put out a tweet saying, oh, it's all right, they're experimenting. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Like, y'all boys were balling last year in joint practices. People always say, like, let's wait for joint practices. Let's see how this offense really looks. You play like ass against Atlanta. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Regardless of Jaylen Waddle going down, like, I don't want to hear the offense playing like shit because joint practices, that's better competition than the preseason game. So it's alarming to me. But part of me wants to kind of chill out because it's the first week of joint practices. Let's see how it goes next week. But I'm not liking it so far. But let's see how it goes next week with the next joint practices against Houston.
4-1-6.
I mean, JP was balling, still expecting him to have like a breakout year. I thought the Falcons defense, like, I think it's like better. Like, I love Jesse Bates, so like he's a huge upgrade to what they had on safety. They have Richie Grant, who looked good. Obviously their corners aren't great, so like don't get it twisted. I'm not guessing them out completely. Like Quan is right, their secondary isn't anything crazy. I just think both their safeties are up and coming or very good already. Like I think Jesse Bates is one of them ones.
I like AJ Terrell though. I like AJ Terrell.
Oh, yeah. AJ Terrell is like a top 15 corner. So, like, if you combine that with, like, I think their 2 safeties are really good. Like, that's a solid secondary, but still no reason for us to be struggling as much as it seemed like we did against tough because we can't be there. But based on what you heard, it's like the defense is dominated. Like, that's a good thing, I guess you can take from that. Like, both days, apparently, like, both defenses kind of won their days against their respective offenses. So, like, it seems like the defense. Obviously Waddle needs to be okay. But like you also saw like the offensive line is a major issue, and the Falcons defensive line, they have like some young guys like Arnold Abikadi and like Grady Jarrett's one of them. One's on the inside, one of the only interior guys who can really pass rush like that. But it's like, bro, someone's got to step up at left guard. Like obviously Isaiah Wynn is probably going to win that spot, but that like to me, regardless of who gets picked, and it's going to be someone who's ass. I want that person to be there for like at least the first 3 weeks because I think consistency is so huge on the offensive line. So whoever you pick and select and whoever you want to be that guy, make sure that you give him the potential to be there for some time because consistency across the offensive line is huge. And apparently that interior offensive line was getting murked. So that's something that kind of stood out to me from practice.
I ain't gonna hold you. You stopped moving like midway through your soliloquy,
well,
and
that's
it was.
great.
No, I heard you though. Like your audio was clear.
So,
Your video.
No,
I was like,
you was spitting. We just couldn't.
yeah. The
Yeah.
video. I was like, who the fuck is talking? I just know I told. Like, you
But facts are coming out. You good.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah. We heard you though. Kendall, what was your biggest takeaway from those joint practices?
Yeah, it just like it's not alarming. Experiment or whatever the fuck they want to call it. It doesn't have me concerned. It just tells me that this is a 10-win team at max. Like,
Shit.
bro,
Shit.
you don't go in there like and soft serving ass whoopings to the Atlanta Falcons, bro. Like I like AJ Terrell too. I like Jesse Bates. Those are two good football players. Richie Grant, he was solid. Came from Cincinnati, I think. But you supposed to. I don't care if Waddle get hurt, like 416 say. That boy number one supposed to dice him up regardless, bro. And
To
it's
a
not
talk, I can't believe
It's
it took
not
36
happening.
minutes to get here.
fam. It's supposed to happen. It's year 4. You're supposed to be owning a team that's young and like rebuilding.
Just glad it wasn't me this time.
No, brother. It's a standard. Like it's certain things that you just need to see that.
But Kendall, he rallied the troops after practice.
Yeah, after he huddled
Yeah,
them up.
he had no choice. He was the sorriest motherfucker out there, probably. He was the biggest underperformer that day. I was there. I saw him throw the pick to Igbo. Igbo just jammed Tyreek and said, lollipop, breast is like Dolly Part, and like
redemption year. I'm trying to tell you, boy.
shut the fuck up. Mute him. Yeah, but no, it's on one. It's on two. If they don't meet their standard every time they fail, bro, as an offense, it's his fault. Because that's that position that's supposed to be able to get you out of all the ruts because the ball is always going to touch your hand, my boy. And you can throw it forward and you can run it. Center can't do it. So, but you can. So if the offense is ass, bro, like for them to be ass against the Falcons, that's sad. On some real shit, it's just sad. Like, bro, I was just,
he sounds like a disappointed father. Like it's just sad.
Bro.
It's just
because,
sad.
bro, like you hear this shit where it's like he's thrown 1 interception and 11 on 11 periods in training camp, and it's like, okay, cool. But then I see you in the scrimmage, you throwing a pick to Noah Igbenogany, and then you over here getting whooped by like the Falcons supposedly.
Jeff
like,
Okuda before he got hurt.
It's nasty, bro. Like that shit. It just lets me know where their talent level still is, and I think it's held back because the quarterback is not capable of beating a play. He needs things drawn up for him. Go watch. I mean, bro, like if you go watch his last press conference, his latest press conference, all the like answers just trickle back to the play call and guys being in their spots, and we got to get on timing, and I'm just like.
But that's some elite quarterbacks, though. To be fair, like some elite quarterbacks do be preaching that.
Yeah, but that's a shot at the coach.
It's talking about for me, I don't think it's a shot. Well, no, I don't think it's a shot at the coach. It just tells me that the player can't do more than what a coach can draw up for him.
Yeah, which is
like,
fair.
Like if the play's for 3 yards, he's getting you 2.
Oh, nah, it's that whole thing about like the running back where it's like, oh, if you need 2 yards, he'll get you 3, but if you need 4 yards, he'll get you 3. That's what he said.
He can make if the play is flowing, then he can. And he's talking about getting through progressions. It was never none of this like, oh, that's like you just know, motherfucker.
Make a fucking play. That's all we need to hear. We just need to go out there and make a fucking play. Go out there and make a big catch.
Play where like instead of rolling out, he like reset his feet. I'm like, dog, and I'm a big Tua guy. Y'all know that. I'm like, dog, don't set your feet. Fucking run on the throw on the run.
He's not a playmaker, bro. And my quarterback got to be a playmaker, bro. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm going to Nando, who's the most level-headed of the panel. Like considering all that though, like he is though. Like,
I am.
That's really
that's what I'm saying though. It's like the Tua thing, bro, like it's almost unavoidable. We've been trying our best not to kind of make every show Tua centric, but that's what it's going to come down to. And like Kendall was saying, his play against Atlanta, it couldn't leave much optimism in there, bro. If that's the Tua that you're going to get this season, does that I know it does, but how much does that alter your expectations for what this team can do?
I mean, that it would alter it big time, but I mean, like I said, I'm a little bit concerned, but it's early, man. It's early on. I want to see how it goes next week. I want to see how he does, throughout the preseason, and most importantly, I want to see it go through live action. I think he's earned the right to at least let's see what he does this year. I mean, they didn't pick up his option. They were 8-3 last year with him healthy. Can he stay healthy and can he deliver, bro? Like I'm gonna be optimistic. Until I want to see a full season, but can we get a full season? That's the thing, man. That's the only thing. But I don't doubt his
girl playing the playoffs too.
Yeah, you get a full season.
But I don't doubt his talent though. I don't
get a college season out of him.
Bro, I don't doubt his talent like you guys do though, man. I think he's shown like to deliver and be successful as long as he's out there playing football. Like 8-3. 8-3 with Mike McDaniel, like that was a real thing, bro. Like we was really on a heater.
I think saying we doubt his talent is a bit slanderous. It's not because
no, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I know, but it's not that. No, listen, it's not that we doubt his talent. It's
He's made me doubt it.
We've seen his talent.
Yes,
and the talent that I see isn't.
If it's 1 p.m., I feel safe. If it's a nighttime with the hoes watching. No. If it's December, no. If it's January,
what about opening day versus Chargers? Like it ain't prime time, but that's a big game.
He's probably gonna throw for 350 and 2 TDs.
I will jump off the ledge and say it's not that we don't.
But he might not because it's a 4:00 game. Now that I think about it,
it's not that I don't doubt it. It's not that I haven't. He does not have it. It's not within his 6-foot frame. 220 with the sleeve now that's give him 2+2 on arm power. When the wind gust is higher than 20.
I seen something else, man. Listen, bro.
I saw something else. I don't know. I thought when he was healthy, he was pretty good.
I'm gonna be fair to Nando. What Nando's talking about is when everything's perfect. Talking about protection, pass game, coaching.
No. Protection he's never had really. Like that's the one thing I would say.
That's what
you guys told me he was the best. He had the best pocket presence. But anyway, regardless,
the time when all things laid out perfectly for Tua, he can get the job done.
The problem is the NFL, nothing's perfect.
Ever.
You on top of the fact that nothing's perfect, you have Austin Jackson on your blind side. You have Liam as your left guard. And let's just be honest, like he's an injury-prone guy. Whether it's you want to say it's unlucky or whatever it is.
Concussions is an injury though.
Like, let's also be honest because Kendall said it. Like he's not a playmaker. If you got an offensive line like that at your quarterback position,
he is a playmaker, bro. Look at that ball, bro. I saw that game in Baltimore live, bro. That was playmaking, bro.
No. He made one spin move and a throw to Craig Crab. That was the only playmaking play that he made.
He is
the game winner. The game winner. That was.
He is Ricky Rubio point guard, and I like Damian Lillard as my point guard.
Oh, I mean, who wouldn't?
4-1-6. You just said the play where he stepped up into the pocket, avoided someone, stepped up into the pocket and threw from the pocket. That's not a quarterback play. That's a quarterback. That's not a playmaker, bro. Like he didn't get out, beat somebody to the edge, and throw a dart. That's a playmaker to me. A playmaker to me is someone who you can run a read option to, and if he get on that edge and the tight end leak out, and he see nothing, and like you just throw it because it's open, and you just hope none of your linemen are illegally downfield. Like that's a playmaker, bro. Like Mahomes flipping that bitch like to
y'all got me not being a hater tonight, but he's a playmaker in his own right. He's just not consistent. Like I've seen him check out of a run to hit a slant for DVP to close out a game. That's his superpower though. That's what it is though. Like his superpower is not going to be 6'6", throw it to any part of the field. You got to take it for what it is. I don't, but you got to take it for what it is.
We don't.
But we don't.
Add
But
me to that. because I'm not
you're
there.
gonna see, because this team, look, regardless, this team has the talent to make noise and have some type of deep run. Will they do it? I don't think so, right? But the talent is there, and if it hypothetically does happen, I'm not going to be surprised about it. What I'm going to be surprised about is at the end we're going to realize that, you know, he's not the guy to take you over the hump. He's the guy to just ride the horse, bro. Like he's not leading anything. He's a point guard. He's going to distribute, and if Tyreek and Waddle and everybody else is balling, he's balling. But he's not. If they take those two guys away, he's not taking over a game.
He's not. He's like post broken leg or whatever that happened to Dak versus the Giants. Because Dak was a playmaker before he got that injury. Like Dak used to scramble around. Yeah, so. Dak used to make plays with his legs. Dak used to throw on the run a lot. And this is just like Sixers. What do you mean he had no protection? Tua had protection last year. It's just when it's not perfect, y'all quick to say that, oh, he don't have no O-line. Well, Joe Burrow didn't have no O-line.
But what you saying when it's working? What you saying when it's working? Like I wasn't hearing none of that O-line shit in the first half of the season.
Of course not, because they were 8-3 and winning.
Yeah, and it's predicated on like getting the ball out quickly. The whole offense, like even if you look at the 49ers, the Packers with Florida, like it's all about getting the ball out early.
I just feel like every conversation surrounding Tua is always everybody else's fault, and
There's
it's like never.
It's always an asterisk.
It's always something with it, and it's just like at some point in time, like. The common theme will always be the common theme. You know what I mean?
Common denominator.
The common denominator will be that. Like I think Tua has talent. Like I'm not saying he's a talentless hack or no shit like that. I think Tua has a talent, but I also agree that he needs a certain situation in order for that talent to be on display, and that's kind of like the perfect team. He needs to be surrounded. He needs to be on San Francisco. Like if he was on Philadelphia, something that's already built. And just needs a guy to not fuck it up. If that's Tua's role, then I believe he can be successful at it. But if you're putting the offense in his hand and saying, go win me the game, sometimes he'll do it. But for my money, sometimes. But for my money, most of the time, it ain't happening. You feel me? Like you ain't putting the ball in his hand and telling me, go take me somewhere. Like it's just like win this game and then let everybody else do their job. But I do want to make sure that we go ahead, Neto.
No, I wanted to say I do like I'm a Tua guy, but some of the Tua fans are like ridiculous where they're just making excuses every time. Like I'm not a guy that'll say, "Oh, no protection. Oh, the O-line sucks." Like I'll admit, like when shit is his fault and he's ass. Don't get me wrong, and I don't think many people are like that, and that's the problem. But I believe in his talent, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like make excuses. Oh, well, this happened because Tua didn't have protection or some. You got to get the job done. And I think with Mike McDaniel, the way he trusts and believes in him, even though it takes that, I really do think that it's going to translate this season. I think he's going to have a good year, honestly speaking.
You're not going to make excuses. That's what we got 416 for, to be making the two excuses.
He can't get the job done if he can't come to work.
Damn.
That's the only thing, bro. That's the only thing. It's the durability. You're right on that. But if he's there, bro, I believe in it.
Everybody catch it straight on here, 416. Let's move on to the next because we almost at time. We're going to this preseason game. First game of the season. So,
yes, sir.
We're going to start with you. I want to know kind of like general thoughts, like expectations for the game, who you expect to see play, who you know not playing, and just kind of what you're expecting from tomorrow.
My biggest thing is I'm just excited to see the young guys play, regardless of whether you're on the depth chart, Cam Smith, Devon A-Chain. Just excited to go see those guys ball out. They should get a pretty good amount of snaps. I mean, you expect them to as rookies as they try and make their kind of impact on this team. So I'm really excited to see what Devon A-Chain can do in real kind of gameplay. Same thing with Cam Smith, because what Jalen Ramsey out, you want a guy step up in that CB3 role, and Cam Smith had been balling in the practices with like just Miami, like not in the joint practices. I didn't really hear too much from him in the joint practices, but I just want to see what he can do, because if he can play well, there is a chance that he can go out there and start week one. So Cam Smith, Devon A-Chain, I'm excited to see those young guys play. Excited to see if any of the stars play, what they're going to be able to do. But to me, it's all about the young guys to see how they're going to play. Because for me, as someone, again, not being able to watch training camp and stuff, I think preseason is going to be huge to see like what players are going to fit where, especially considering I think McDaniel in year 2, there's a lot more position battles at certain positions offensively. And then obviously we have Fangio bringing in a whole new defense. So I think these preseason games might actually have a bigger impact on some decisions than maybe some years in the past.
You asked the question in the private chat, so I thought you was gonna bring it up, but I'll ask you: is Tua gonna play tomorrow?
Hell
I don't
no.
even know. I don't think so.
That boy needs to be like not even in the facility. Like he needs to be away. He needs to be like at home in bubble wrap.
Yeah, I know he's probably not gonna see the field until what, game 2.
By the way,
game 2.
416 mentioned a bunch of young guys. Noah is 23 and Cam Smith is 22. Just wanted to throw that out there.
And
If
one
he's
of them has
23, he might be
NFL.
young.
One of them
Sorry,
has a
name's
game
Noah
winning.
Benogany.
One of them has a game-winning interception. The other does not in the NFL.
Proven tape.
Yeah, I saw
listen, the eye in the sky don't lie, G. The eye in the sky don't lie.
I was there. I've been a Dolphin fan.
That's all I can say.
Nando, what are you expecting from tomorrow?
I'm ready to see preseason Skyler go off. That's what I'm ready to see, man.
He had people going crazy about him last preseason. Do you all remember that?
Of course.
We support all 53. What are you talking about?
Yeah, come on, man. I'm ready to see Skyler Thompson go the hell off, bro. 52. That's what I'm excited to see. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Skyler Thompson? No Mike White?
No, we got a quarterback controversy on our hands.
Who
is our starter once our starter goes down?
That's what I was trying to like lead Nando to, since he had already brought it up. Like, aren't you guys excited to see Mike White and Skyler Thompson because they're both probably definitely going to play this year?
I'm just excited to see not Teddy Bridgewater.
First of all, that sounds racist to me.
You said it.
Only because you said
No.
Only because you said, oh no, bro. That's the narrative now, bro. It's over with.
Especially Mike White.
Oh yeah, come on, bro. Mike White. No wonder you want to see him play.
But I'm excited to see. Honestly, real talk. I want to see Azukama go out there, man. Because I haven't heard much out of him. I want to see if he at least has a nice little game in him. And besides that, Cam Smith reps and A-Chain reps, bro. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Look at V21.
Damn.
Hey, now, listen, when you look up the statistics, he's the leader in the clubhouse in playoff passing yards. Just putting that out there. Juan, what you expecting to see for tomorrow?
It's not what I'm expecting. It's what I need to see. I've already said the O-line, but I've already beat that horse beyond dead, and it's already been dead. I'm going to talk about these tight ends, bro. I ain't going to lie to you, folks. These tight ends are stressing me out. I can't even name tight end 2. Like, are you really telling me we're going to just run 11 personnel the entire time? Like, fuck it, I'm down. But, do you know that? God damn.
He here?
What?
Who?
Tyler Croft. He's on the team.
Yes, that's our tight end too. That's literally my point.
Yes, sir.
Wearing 48. I don't know what's going on there. We're not pulling a Greg Kittle out of our ass. I understand that. We're not looking for it, but these tight ends are scaring me.
What's up, gang? What's up, little gang? Look, Cardona gang.
Let's
go out, gang. Kendall, what you expecting to see tomorrow, bro?
I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about none of that extra shit. You already know what time it is, bro.
Nothing. Just drop your nuts. Really, that's all. Who that rich?
Like
nothing.
That is what time it is. It's Cuzzo. Let go. You know what I'm saying? And even if I
need him to have like a Sean Davis type of first preseason game.
Let me just tell y'all how shit is. Like, I know Cuzzo. Like, y'all don't know, bro. Like, I know, bro. Like, bro, like be on some fuck shit sometimes. He just be vibing. So like, I'm gonna know early, and I would just text the group chat of what type of time he on. So he might be on some bullshit, but he might be on this shit. But on some real shit. Reed in the chat, I see him over there. He did bring up the person I was gonna bring up, because our fucking linebackers stink. But yeah, that dude right there.
I've been hearing about Kuh.
Yeah, like so that's what I'm saying. Like because you stand out, because you from an HBCU and you undrafted, like so you learned under Dion. So it's like you learned under a guy who's like an NFL guy. So it's like. And he's supposedly calling defenses, and he's standing out. He look impressive. Our linebackers are ass, in my opinion. After like David Long, Jerome Baker, I think what a good DC like Vic Fangio is supposed to be, he's not a good DC in my mind because he hasn't done it in Dolphins attire, so it doesn't matter.
He's chanting Gailey to us right now at this point.
Hey, because that be Dolphin shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
That's Dolphin shit. He come in, he asked, so I don't.
Yeah, he stank.
Supposedly this good DC. I don't know. I'm gonna see from Vic. But if he calling out his defense, I think that's pretty impressive. So I want to see if bruh can translate that to the game, and hopefully it's on plays where they actually gaining yards and not no coverage Sam Xavien reset game where you know where the
Channing Tindall's on the team.
This shit is
That's just Fugazi.
like Fugazi. I hope it's no Fugazi shit like that. I hope it's like on some run plays because Atlanta is a good running team. Well, they were last year. Let's see if I'm pretty sure they'll keep it up because Arthur Smith. So Aubrey Miller, I'm looking at bruh and Cuzzo. Like, I'll let y'all know what Cuzzo on. Don't even worry about that though, because hey,
he's only battling Noah for starting. People.
I mean, he ain't really battling him, bruh. He like just bring him along. That's what it's not really a battle. Like
honestly, I'm pretty sure Noah's like little bro in him. Like he's carrying his pass to practice.
Nah.
I don't think that boy do that.
Noah's a vet, bro.
Noah get all Dunkin' Donuts across the street.
I'm about to say you must not know that boy can't last name means something.
He go to Fresco to return all Redbox rentals. Noah still shine the shoes and clean spikes up, bro. Nah, bro. Like trust me, Noah Rook, bro.
You said that boy take red box rentals back, bro. In 2023, that is insane.
How you gonna cut that, man? That man's a crucial part of this operation.
Hey, listen, I don't think they're gonna cut him. I think what I'm looking forward to most is year 2 of the Mike McDaniel's offense. Like, I don't care who's out there. I want to see the trickle down knowledge from the players who played in it last year pass on. I want to see the beginning, or I want to see the next step of the Mike McDaniel era. Like, I want to see an elevation. Like, I want to see
people who you don't know running wide open the same way Kyle Shanahan has people we don't know running wide open. Because the only people we saw run wide open was Tyreek Hill, who's a one-of-one in Jaylen Waddle. I understand, brother.
Come on, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see the next evolution of what this Mike McDaniel build looks like. Because, again, I am here, and I will continue to say this. I am a Brian Flores stan. And until I see definitive proof that this man is a better coach than Brian Flores, I will not believe it. And my tenure here as a Dolphins fan will be riddled with you bitches listening to me talk about Brian Flores for years to come.
No, yeah, we definitely need the substitute teacher to win a playoff game.
Come on now, one time.
Shout out to Flo.
Based on what y'all said before, I can't speak up. So
yeah, so exactly. Shout out, because if you say anything to the contrary, but yeah, shout out to Flo. Fuck Mike McDaniel until he wins something, and I want to see Tua. Who look at you froze again? I want to see Tua. I want to see Tua ball this year, but we won't know nothing about that till week 2. So y'all can catch us tomorrow post game after the game is over. So game starts at 7. We'll be on as soon as the game over with. Y'all make sure y'all join us. But thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my boy 416J, my guy Nando, the homie Juan, and of course, one time for the one time, Kane Kendall pulling up. We'll see y'all next time. And since I'm the producer, play the video, me.